What's up YouTube, Capital G here, checking out a brand new equip spell that just got revealed. This is coming out of the Collector's Pack 2018, and it's a Yu-Gi-Oh! GX themed card, which means it's probably going to have some adorable artwork, which it does. This card just screams GX era. Well, really, not even just GX era, but GX anime. Like, just look at the artwork of the card, and if you've ever seen Yu-Gi-Oh! GX the anime, how lighthearted it is, it definitely looks like it's from that era of Yu-Gi-Oh! Anyways, this card is interesting. It's basically like a super watered down version of Premature Burial. It only works with like level 4s, and it's a hard once per turn. Basically, all of the things that made Premature Burial like super broken and got the card banned, all the loops that you could do in the OCG with like Rescue Cat and Brionica, and in the TCG loops with Brionica and stuff, you probably won't be able to do with this card. But I guess there could be some potential uses, what I'll talk about. I'll talk about those in a second. I believe that this card, Living Fossil, was actually played on GX by Jim Crocodile Cook, but don't quote me on that either, because it could have potentially been Hasselberry, because I know he plays dinosaurs, the whole dinosaur DNA thing. But yeah, I saw that and I was like, wait, Crocodile plays it? I thought that, you know, it would have been a Hasselberry card, but whatever. This is Living Fossil. It's a equip spell. It is a hard once per turn. Unfortunately, like, the activation of the card is a hard once per turn. The first effect says, activate this card by targeting one level 4 or lower monster in your graveyard, special summon it, and if you do, banish it when it leaves the field. Also banish it when this card leaves the field, and equip this card to it. So essentially, like, Konami has eliminated any way of you like looping monsters. If you guys don't know, that's what used to happen like way back in the day, like 5Ds era, when Infernities would kind of like loop Trishula and Brionic, and I believe there was a play where they could trish you like 5 times, where they would use Brio basically a whole bunch of times in a turn, and it was just like absolutely nuts. They don't want you to be able to loop any monsters in like any possible way, I guess. Anyway, second effect. The equipped monster loses 1,000 attack and defense and has its effects negated. I actually understand not just the effect negated thing. I thought that that was just, you know, I think that that needed to be there, but I kind of understand why they put the whole you lose attack and defense, because I don't think they really wanted you just bringing back like really big beat sticks and like beating your opponent down. I think they want you to go for like obscure combos with this card, and I really think that there are some niche applications for this card. Some people say, you know, they brought up like Burning Abyss, like, hey Cap, if you bring a Seer back from your graveyard, it won't blow itself up if you have another non-Burning Abyss monster on the field, and then you can Exceed Summon with it and you won't have to worry about it banishing itself. Yeah, that's true. You could have some maybe niche applications with like Burning Abyss and whatnot. The problem with that is most of the times I think that Crane would just be like better than this card, to be completely honest. But I think that this card could have potential applications in like those, you know, those kind of like 60 card decks, because there are a bunch of cards in there that actually work with this in the whole banishing thing, right? Like, for instance, those decks generally run like Giant Rex, right? So if you get your Giant Rex back from the graveyard, you don't care that its effect is negated. You don't care that the card doesn't have, you know, good stats. Just summon it in defense position. If you happen to go into like a Skull Dread, it's just going to summon itself back anyway. So it's really not that big of a deal that it got banished. Also, these 60 card variants can run Shiranui cards, and I believe that it is Shiranui Spirit Master off the top of my head. He's the one that if he gets banished, he gets to like blow up a card on your opponent's side of the field. So I look at like those 60 card grass decks and I'm like, they actually have a good amount of cards that can be revived, and you know, when they're banished, they're really not punished by it. In fact, it actually becomes a positive, as you can make advantage potentially off that. Now, if you really wanted to be spicy, you could play like a 60 card a grass deck, maybe with like Necroface in there, bring back Necroface and banish it and then get that effect, but I'm really not sure that Necroface would actually, you know, benefit those decks. All in all, this will be a niche card. I don't think it'll really ever see competitive play. The fact that it's a hard once per turn, in my opinion, kills all shenanigans that you could have done with this card, because I actually think that people would have found ways to pull off crazy shenanigans, but the hard once per turn really limited that. So whatever you guys think of this card, it's more of just like a collector's, a fun card for anybody who just wants to have like some casual table 500 duels. Maybe you'll play this, either that or play it in like a 60 card grass deck. Maybe you'll resolve it a couple of times and you'll get some, you know, Giant Rex pop off plays or something like that. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.